So viOLet guys from Team Empire, Rance, have you tweeted about this yet?
Have I tweeted about it? No, I haven't.
You could retweet what I tweeted.
Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Let me do that right now. I'm gonna retweet.
But I'm gonna do some quick.
At Gwincraft.
Of course, at Gwincraft. Rance, of course, is at Rance Costa. Follow us. Follow the CSN because there are tons of great events, as well as the wonderful Rachel posts some great interviews. But I'm going to take it away with some player intros here. In the yellow, from Team Empire, one of their newest members, we have viOLet spawning as the Zerg. And in the cross-map position, we have Lau, of course, playing as the Red Terran. So we're going to have a little bit of red versus yellow, a little bit of a Terran versus Zerg, and we'll have to see exactly what both these players opt to do. Of course, this map, Rance, if you take a look at the natural expansion, really good for Hellions. It's super wide open.
Oh, yeah.
Super wide open. But by the same token, also very good for Zerg counterattacks and roach pushes because it's super wide open. So viOLet, I mean, we've seen him do some aggressive moves with roaches before. So I would not be surprised if he tries to pull something like that off.
He's been doing it with
in the future.
Increasing frequency too, brother.
I think it's really strong. I think a lot of Terrans get greedy. You know, they have these Hellions out and they think to themselves, I'm safe because I have map control. And the scary thing with Zerg is they can produce a lot of units at once with those larvae. They can produce a lot of drones at once, but additionally, of course, a lot of units at once. And Terrans will kind of ignore that, and then they will get into trouble. So I really like it that Zergs are starting to find ways to put pressure back on their Terran opponents. viOLet, in the meantime, though, going for the hatch first, going to throw down probably the 16 pool, and then probably the 17 gas. That is pretty standard in cross positions on this map. You can delay the pool by 1 food, and there it goes.
So, did you happen to catch the New School Mondays?
I didn't get a chance to watch any of it.
Are you familiar with the result?
I think Sleep won, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know who he beat?
He beat viOLet in the finals.
Oh, yeah. First best of 5 I've seen viOLet drop playing in the United States anyway.
And he lost 3-1, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So Sleep, commanding performance. And actually,
I want Sleep on my show next. Is he a Smurf for someone that we should know?
He's actually on Slayers.
I was gonna say, like,
he's
that
Slayer's
guy is
Sleep.
okay.
That's why he's so
he's
good.
He's like the Sleep. Okay.
Yeah, he's actually Slayer's Sleep. No, Sleep is like actually like really good.
Yeah, he's retarded good. Jeez.
And I think I can get a hold of him if we want him on the show next week.
Please.
Okay.
What can we do?
I'll give it a try.
Ooh, a little bit of latency there for a second. Hopefully the players weren't affected.
And the Roach Warren immediately going down for viOLet, and he's skipping Zergling speed. So he's going to have enough gas to produce about 5 or 6 roaches when that Roach Warren pops. And that's quite a bit of gas. So viOLet sees this opening, sees a lot, and responds immediately with the Roach Warren. I think though, I mean, you know, in a situation like this, and here's the other thing, like he's basically only produced 1 queen, so he's cut a queen. And he's skipping Zergling speed. Yeah, I mean, it's not like all in, but he's going to have to do damage to justify this.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of one of those deals with this sort of attack.
Yeah, it's super early with the Roach Warren. Super duper.
I mean, he's going to come in here and poke. There's already Hellions making their way across the map, and these roaches are going to pop in time to deal with that. Actually, just barely in time. And he needs to kind of kill off these Hellions, though, but it looks like that's exactly what will happen.
Ooh, he doesn't even get one of them. That's kind of a little bit of a risk out here.
Yeah.
The one roach back should be able to take care of the lower health one, but no, looks like there's going to be a shot go off, and 3 drones go down. That was a little bit costly, and I would say at this point very worth it for the Terran player. Lau.
Absolutely. We have roaches moving across, but, I mean, he's already got Marauders on their way out. He's got Stim on the way. So he should be able to hold that off just fine. And in the meantime, this Hellion is still doing damage there. Let's take a look real quick at the units lost. 4 workers killed. But here we go. 5 roaches at the front. And
Wow, 2 Marauders are there, but that should be enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to hold that.
He's going to go for the... Actually, this is so
Nice
smart out of viOLet,
vision.
using the high ground sight. He doesn't care if he loses these. If he can kill that, that would be huge. But no, the SCVs are there for the repair.
Wow,
so
it only
Lau
took 2.
playing that out really, really well.
Mental note to the high gold player: you only need 2 SCVs to repair against 5 roaches attacking your tech.
Yeah, they're kind of broken, isn't it?
That was well. I was expecting it to take 3, maybe. I don't know.
Get the third one there.
I'm definitely not qualified to call anything broken in the game, but but that was yeah. It seemed like it was healing up faster than I was expecting.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, repair is actually percentage based. It's not like a flat rate of HP per second.
Oh,
so
interesting.
buildings that have higher HP repair faster. Which is kind of interesting.
That
And
is
viOLet, now in this situation, look at that, so much damage
What a
done
shot.
to those Zerglings. He should be able to clean this up, but he's going to lose some more drones for sure. Hasn't lost any yet, but those drones are really low.
Ooh, one more shot, and he does lose a couple more, man. That could have
Yeah.
cost him about 8 total now, perhaps 6.
He's
okay.
up to 6, so good minimizing the losses there. 1 idle drone. And, yeah, I mean, viOLet, I would say, kind of on the back foot at this point. I mean, he's ahead in supply, but his Zergling speed just finished up. If we take a look at the worker count, it's 33 to 31, plus mules, and Terran,
Not where a Zerg player would want to
Terran
be.
has their expansion.
Yeah.
Terran has the expansion down, so, and here comes the SCV transfer. I mean, this is the kind of situation where you're like, as a Zerg player, you're like, oh, this is just kind of gross, because you know, you didn't get to do the opening you wanted to. You didn't get to do that damage. And look at this viOLet making a ton of Zerglings. There's actually like 20 Zerglings on the way. And Lau actually following this up with Cloaked Banshee. So I'm actually really curious. I actually have not seen an opening like this in a very long time. And kind of like, usually you see like the, I'm going to open up Reactor Hellion into Cloaked Banshee and then expand. But he expanded and then is doing the Cloaked Banshee. And that's, I really like that play a lot out of him. He might have to pull this Banshee back for defense, but I really like that play a lot. It's one of those kind of plays where at a certain point the viOLet is going to stop worrying about Cloak Banshee because it's past the timing, and he's already scouted that there's an expand down, so he's like, oh, this is fine. But he's not gonna be worried about the Banshee, especially with Cloak, because he's like, we're past the timing for this. I can cross it off my list of things you could possibly doing, and then it shows up.
Interesting. Well, this is what's going to happen right here, Gwen. We'll see if he reveals it. He's probably going to wait until he has to, which is going to be here in just a second. There it is. And now big trouble here for viOLet in his bases. He just now has to start that Evo chamber.
He does have an Overseer morphing, but 1 Queen at the very least is going to fall. He's going to get some drone kills as well. Banshee's, of course, 2-shot drone. So
Sweet play, man. Sweet play.
I mean, doing a ton of damage. The Overseer is out, but 1 Banshee beats 1 Queen, so if he just targets down this Queen, he will actually win that fight.
Wow.
Regardless of the Overseer being there. There is a Spore Caller morphing in, but 2 Queens down for viOLet. He's going to have to rebuild those Queens.
Oh, it's getting tight. Oh, he did. He pulled it off just barely. Nice. Second Banshee's going to join up in the main base, though, and things are getting ugly here as these Spore Callers stuff.
Absolutely. The Spore Callers are going to finish up, and that's going to cause the retreat. But at the same time, you know, a ton of damage done by these Banshees. That Banshee probably, maybe can pick off that Queen. You know, it looks like the Spore Caller will finish it off. But a ton of damage done. I mean,
yeah,
we just
what's up with the losses here now?
18
Oof.
workers killed, so
Yahoo.
those Banshees absolutely paying for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, killing Queens and forcing Spore Crawlers, which are less drones mining, and there's still Banshee out on the map. And a third. Wow, Galaxy, this is a really tight build. I actually really like that.
Yeah, Lau, buddy, you should probably talk a little more smack in your interviews.
Yeah, I mean,
think.
absolutely. He's playing phenomenally
You
here,
are-
adding on more barracks.
Yeah, you're rolling right now, buddy.
He's going to have the missile turrets up in time for the Mutalisk. The Spire hasn't even finished yet, so he knows the timing. And going for the gold is a little bit ballsy. I don't know if this is safe. viOLet's a really good player. He might just punish this. But at the same time, viOLet has been harassed quite a bit this game. And what does he have? He's got slow roaches. He's got lings. And that's it. And once a Terran gets onto this gold and gets saturated, that's actually like super, super hard to do anything about. But viOLet is moving around for a counterattack with some of these units. At the same time, his Mutalists take out the Banshee that was harassing the third.
Oh, and when this thing gets cooking, Gwen, oh boy, this is going to be...
Well, we actually have 3 Banelings morphing in as well, probably to go for that bunker. I like that quite a bit.
I guess that is the one weakness in what's going on in Lao's base right now. Is there's not much back here, but look at that. The quick wall off by the Terran is going to, wow, retard.
It's going to be fast enough.
You don't think so?
No, because this, I mean, this is poised to run in. Look at these Mutalists are going to pop back here in the main, doing a ton of damage. That turret is a little bit out of position, I feel like. So one slip up there for Galaxy, he's going to lose a lot. viOLet sniped that tank as well.
No free tank. Medevac anymore?
Free medevacs, maybe.
Not quite. And they're going to escape. Looks like Lao going to lose one of his refineries there and possibly an add-on to this.
Probably going to lose that factory.
Boy, he could. Yeah, Marines are going to try to make their way back.
Here.
And we'll see how that one ends up. Looks like the repair is on, though, and he's able to save it.
viOLet needs to be careful. That actually, no, he's just going to overwhelm that Marine count.
Nice.
With his Mutalist. So
oh boy.
I actually think like Lao does not have more Marines on the field, and there was the attack in front at the same time that broke through, doing a ton of damage, taking out those Marauders. Lao is kind of falling apart here for the multi-prong harass.
Oh boy.
Pulling back, that's only 4 Marines though, Lao. Oh, there's some more, but
yeah, there's like 9 total.
viOLet bringing the damage back, but Lao is still on this gold base. He needs more turrets though. He needs to just build like 10 turrets everywhere. Otherwise, viOLet will find a way to pick him apart. Thor out finally though. Taking a look at the units lost. So 6 units now, 6 workers now killed for viOLet. So viOLet doing, you know, starting to bring that harass back to his opponent. You know, Lao is stabilized. He's lost 2 reactors on these barracks though.
So what are the incomes like right now after that little action there? And we're actually surprisingly even here, considering.
Even. Taking a look at the workers tab, viOLet up on 65 drones, actually to the 75 workers of Lao. So Lao actually definitely keeping up.
He's over-droning, wouldn't you call that? Or?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think 75 is probably a good place to start, or to stop rather, in this matchup.
Gotcha.
Unless you're planning on taking like a super fast 4th. We've kind of seen that out of some Terran players, where they don't really start producing units until like the 15-minute mark.
Mm-hmm. And
it's just kind of like very strange. They have all these like cute harassy units for a long time. But here we go, pushing out. He's going to be able to deal with this. viOLet's going to lose all these roaches. Not really anything to do about it.
And Lao's intent here is to just clear this out so that he can expand further.
Yeah, he's already building the command center. More Marines on the way. How are the upgrades there at 1-1? We have the 2-2 on the way, as well as the mech upgrades. So, you know, Lao at a supply advantage by quite a bit right now.
Very interesting here. The 4th base cooking away for viOLet. Looks like the Hellions going to run into some Zerglings here at the front. The Zerglings going to be toast. There they go. And most of Lao's force way out in the middle.
A lot of Mutalists, though.
Yeah, it is.
And
for 16, 19.
He's definitely got the Marines to deal with that. Actually, wow, that was a great pick by viOLet.
They were not in this position.
Kill some of those Marines and then retreat.
Boy, he could just slice and dice that little army up.
This is actually really funny.
Nice.
The 2 roaches doing dat harass, and the Mula is actually going to come in. That could be a huge threat to these Porta CVs. That could even kill off this command center. Because look at the army of Lao. It's pushing down the flank.
Boy.
The counterattack coming in from viOLet. This could do huge damage.
Here it comes in the front. No anti-air up in this location yet.
At all.
Oh, there's 2 more on the way here. The mutas are going to have to focus them down, though, and they're about to pop up. Meanwhile, Terran hits the 4th base location, runs into, spots some Banelings there, and I think some of that force got taken down, Gwen.
I think viOLet though is probably just going to counterattack at this point. I mean, look at these Mutalists there.
There they go into the gold.
Ravaging.
There goes into the gold.
He's just going to right-click on that command center. Here it goes, and the base falls.
Good dude. More Banelings going to follow up. And yeah, you're right, man. He should just be able to attack move this, or he could possibly save his 3rd here with the remainder of his units if he decides to.
Going for the base trade, it looks like 3rd has gone down though. Stimmed Marines with 2-2 do so much damage, Rance. It's not even funny. But here we go. The move out needs to seize those tanks up. Wow, a huge stim there. Feel like that might have been a little bit of an overstim. But Galaxy doing a really good job. I mean, he's killed off 2 bases of viOLet, and he's lost his natural. He's moving his main command center to his natural expansion.
Nice.
But at the same time, huge banding hits coming in. viOLet pulling everything. Lau seems to have just too many Marines.
Yeah, he's got
and he has not been losing his tanks. And that is a huge deal in this match. If you don't lose your tanks, you can continue being aggressive when your opponent has mainly mulets coming in here. But those are going to get cleaned up by those Marines.
Whew. There's a couple of low health tanks up front, but there's still like 4 of them though, and that's a huge problem. Ooh, Muto's getting taken down by these persistent Marines.
More bandits coming in, Stimming running back, a decent split, but not decent enough. And the drones coming off the line now. The GG out of viOLet.
And it looks like Lau's able to take game 1 in the series off of viOLet here. This is going to shape up to be a very interesting TVZ, you guys.
Absolutely. So